Hey, Surhin. Yeah, stop streaming Tuesday mornings, but currently gonna have 2 Tuesdays in a row because of my very long vacation. 3 weeks, so I have to stream Tuesday. Yeah, definitely. I stream Tuesday and Sunday, so next Sunday will be the last one before vacation, and next Tuesday also will be the last stream before vacation. I have to start traveling very early Wednesday morning. Alright. We have currently Sicilian, classical variation, and now I don't know how he's supposed to continue. I think he played before something else against that. I am huge fan of the Richter-Rauser system with the bishop g5, but he played many games move like h3. By the way, this system is very interesting, more or less connected with the g4 in advance, knight e2, knight g3, and occupy the squares. It was very unpleasant in the past. I have met FIDE master, I think so, Bulgarian FIDE master, who was playing only this move. So he had problems in the past. e5 is anyway my favorite move, whatever white's doing. If white is going for the bishop g5 and bishop c4, most of all I react with e6. If white is going to the bishop e2, bishop e3, f3, g3, h3, a4, other responses. In nice draw of either Rauser, I just answer by e5. So against everything else, I'm most of all answering by e5. Challenge the center as fast as possible. h3, 5, this was the game, knight d-e2. I'm not sure how good this plan, so you can organize the pieces also through f3, g4, and this knight could go here, or I'm not sure. Knight f3, the other plan of that is moving the bishop to g5 so early. Hey, so hey. Thank you. And be ready for upcoming sub battle. Be ready. Yeah, we're gonna be in TV in about 7 minutes, and we're still showing the round 2. Hope so I can cover all the rounds. Bishop e7. Okay, let's check out a better move order. Seems like huge difference between bishop e7 and bishop e6. Let me see why. Looks the same. some movements looks the same. In general, he keeps going now with the g4 plan. Action a little bit later to step on e5, outpost. Directly d5. So I don't really give him time to play a move like bishop g2. Bishop g2 will totally control the center. Now g5 doesn't really help because I simply take here. If he simplify on d5 in every single line, Sicilian d5 is if it's possible, it's a very good pushing. Okay, so I could recommend for him maybe to not go for this line. This doesn't look like so promising for white. Looks very passive. Very passive. Another T. Oops. Alright, so I don't like this position for white so much. I could go to the... Let's compare maybe with the theory. Knight d2. Okay, 33 games, knight d2. No, non-standard continuation. Knight f3. I know that knight f3 and bishop g5 was a very sharp line, so black is provoked to play a move like h6. Because after bishop g5, I was struggling in the past. seems like bishop e7 is a 75% for white side, so definitely this is quite good. b7 is a good for white after bishop g5. I know that I must play now h6 and then organize pieces like bishop c4 existing line, block out bishop e6 because this structure will be not so promising for black. So bishop c4 is one of the line what I simply like. In the other hand, you have simple bishop e2, castle, and then organize your pieces. I think there is a line like knight d2, knight c4, knight e3, and in advance occupy d5 square completely. I think this is pretty powerful for white. So you're supposed to try that, yeah, by white side. If black is well prepared, I wasn't. I wasn't. He could try that. So now bishop e6 and d5 seems like this is unstoppable. I'm not sure what he's ready to play against. Out of the category? It's okay, come on. Until 50 points it's acceptable. After 50 points it is slightly matter. But maybe you should stop playing created games. Because it's hard to collect people 1 week before the battle and then realize that they're out of the category. Okay. He's still having the plan with g4, but after d5, I'm not feeling comfortable here by white. g4. Now this is good because again he's having time for bishop g2. Because I simply play bishop e7 by, let's say, like habit. Bishop e7 first and then bishop e6. Knight d7. As myself. Maybe because g5 was coming to. Five. Never played that move before. By the way, the hostage position of the queen of every single g6 was indeed to block out the knight here. But queen a5 is a little bit non-standard move. Natural position for the queen has to be c7, followed by rook c8. Any setup like that, or bishop or rook here. I could try bishop g5 to exchange the bishop. Something like that could be more natural plan. Even nothing to worry about going for kingside castling. Simple come here. You can try to sacrifice anybody here. Because my bishop is kind of trapped. Not sure how good is this. We can check out. I can sacrifice the bishop too. Wow, Kinky Chat is brilliant at that. Kinky Chat is brilliant. So after pawn takes e6, pawn takes e6. Interesting. I think black could be slightly better here. This bishop is totally locked off and I'm supposed to bring all my pieces to the kingside part. I think I'm faster on the kingside part. I think I'm faster here on the kingside part. Hey, Chess TV, doing? I'm currently analyzing the match again. Nikola Stojsin, this is round 2. So I keep going with this variation by h3 in Sicilian, where I play a bit crazy queen a5 and Stu decides to not go for castling. I hope so you will enjoy with the rest of the games. We had 3 more games after this. Okay, rook c8, activating the rook. Most of all, these squares are quite weak, so I have eventually this move. But let's not forget about the factor that black king is quite weak too. Wait, 3 hard matches? Wait. I had against Nikola, I had against Electra, and who else? God, sorry. Knight d5, takes d5. Sure, if I have to eliminate the knight, or I have to just simply play the bishop, otherwise losing the bishop pair. Page 4, I think I did that later. So I'm losing the bishop pair and having bad position on the knight. c3 is not the best, but I didn't realize how problemed could be this situation of my pieces. Chess mood? Was it last week? The chess mood? Maybe it was. Wow, yeah. Wow, 3 matches last week. Grandmaster Gabuzan, Nikola Stojsin and Electra. Wow, I didn't realize. I just go one by one, very busy program. I didn't realize that I played 3 matches. Yeah, it was adoption match, then it was just practicing OTB against Nikola and against Electra. Also was quite playable, I wasn't sure that I'm gonna win, and we even finished 3-3 with Electra. Okay, now the best response of white is some move what is quite unique. I'm pretty sure either Nikola, either me find out that move. I'm pretty sure it's quite hard to find out this. Very, very hard actually to find out this move. Because this is that's why the queen on a5 is not well placed. Otherwise, I'm pretty flexible with this knight. I'm supposed to go to a6, c5 after d5 in and c2 also. But the question is, do I have time to move my knight to a6 and c5? Actually, it looks like I don't. I don't really have time to move my knight there. Because of queen e1. Such a pin. And I will never find out those kind of move. Not queen d2, because rook takes c2 gonna be attacking. That's why not queen d2. That's why queen e1. Pin the knight. I don't really have knight c6 because pawns cover that and it's not a discover attack. And if you know that a3 is coming and losing the knight, what you should do? What you should do? It's not about not good. Probably many moves are not good for black here already. I'm already worse. +2 for him. Here is much more. It's +3. I'm even supposed to lose the Archie. I'm even supposed to lose the knight here. Now a4. What is the connection between my pieces is the question. Connection question. a5, boom. Increasing the pressure, and believe me, step by step, you're gonna lose the knight. Let's say rook c4 maybe, b3. This is busy, rook d4, only one move though, c3 for sure gonna be fork, bishop c3 is again deeper fork. I'm gonna lose something, definitely. Exchange or piece for a pawn, doesn't really matter. Queen e1, insane. Nobody find out that move in the game, of course, we don't really play like engines, so... Queen e1 was a unique move, definitely. Knight h6, f4. I simply take here, and I said, alright, e5 is opened. It's time to go for castling. Castling, knight e4, 6 check, 2. Rook f2 is not that. Zing. Move what is connected with the advantage has to be queen d4. Quite strange move. I guess not many people will do that. Because if I take on b2, now he's threatening bishop h6. I think so this checkmate. Oh, I can come back to pin him. I see. Simple rook b1 and then this move. Wherever I go, there is a bishop h6. Checkmate or win the rook. Nice tactics on the way. The problem of queen d4 is probably not many people gonna go for that center, but let's notice something, that this center could be also kind of strong. Not only weak, it's also kind of strong. Very strong. Very strong center covering. Actually, this is the main center, so he totally dominates in the center, totally controls the center. Who controls the center, he controls the game, definitely. That's me, if you don't know me, and I'll be glad if you follow me on YouTube too. Some more specific content out of the streams. Rook c4, either knight b6 doesn't really help. He really has a strong center. Plus d6 is extremely weak, so I'm supposed to lose d6. And then you have a 2 central, yes, isolated, but 2 central pass pawns. Pass pawns. Here, I start attacking him. I was so happy that, yeah, when he used to play rook f2. Now the problem of that move is if he bring, for instance, a knight here, boom! I was ready for that move. I even mentioned it during the game. So now this deflection is very, very good for me. Look at this space. So rook f2 was quite bad. He could even move the king if he didn't find out queen d4. I think the easiest way is not being pinned by the rook, e the knight. The easiest way is just to escape with the king and no more checks in advance even. I'm not sure I'm able to take there. I could think about, but rook b2, even take that. It's much worse to give up that. Because he stepped on my neck on the 7th rank, and also we already mentioned that d6 is quite hanging. I don't like this position anymore. So I take 2 pawns, but with the sacrifice to let him to come to me on the 7th rank. Much more playable move could be knight to c5, trying to exchange some more attackers on the d6, for instance, because I still cover d6. So knight c5 could be much better. Bishop g3 on one move of him. I exchange here knight e5. c4, trying to go for that point. Probably bring the other knight through this way will be much better. It's coming to checkmate me. I was hurry up to exchange the queens because I wasn't sure how powerful is his attacking. Let's share with you what I was worried about. For instance, if I take this, I call this poison pawn. Would you try to find out, chat, what's the most winning move now for white? I'm losing exactly in one move. And it's a very simple explanation. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna see white 4 attackers. So what could white do here? Why I'm supposed to be lost? Trying to figure out why or how white is winning. What's the most winning continuation for white side? Knight h5, there we go. Very simple explanation. Two ways to checkmate me. This way, either this way. I mean, knight f6 and queen takes h7, either queen g7 checkmate, so I'm provoked to capture the knight. What happened after I captured the knight? But capture back with pawn. No, you have move after which one? I have to resign after bishop e4. This is gonna be wasting of time. This is not really working because rook is under pin at some point, but you still have bishop and queen. Checkmate is coming. On defend. f5, you can keep going. Yes, you can sacrifice the rook, but makes no sense. You even take the rook by forcing way. Take this one and this one now. Very, very ugly. If you go up, you still have this sneaky check trying to win this rook, either this one with check, eventual mate. So the game is over if I just pay zero attention to his kind of attacking. That's why I didn't trust to any other move, and I simply wanted to exchange the queens, because for some point this is keep pressure of the rook, at the same time attack the queen, at the same time attack the knight. You have been supposed to answer for white. Was asking you what's going on by white side, not by black. I overestimate that move, but probably bishop. How tough is the bishop? I'm agree, but if I ever eliminate him, that's a very, very good chance to attack him on d5. Plan to have another Simo. This will be the Simo for August for the first time so early on Sunday, chat. So feel free to check out the blog and follow me. When will be the Simo, and try to be subscriber and part of my fan club too. Being able to take a part in such a serious event. I call it serious because it's like OTB. 60 plus 10. I'm playing against more than 10 people. It's good practicing for you. It's good challenge for me too. King's Arena gonna be tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night we have sub battle, Sunday night we have Classical Simo. This is the program, and next Tuesday will be the last stream before my vacation. Last vacation for this year. In page g2, knight c4, rook e7. Yeah, and now not functional. Really brain though. Take care, Archie. Keep in touch. Right, bishop f1. Wow, this was extremely good. Maybe you want to eliminate the knight and still step here. Or simply attacking me after knight e4 again on d6. Quite good, seems like. Rook e7, rook c7. Oh, that's a blunder. I could take the rook. There we go. Play rook b8. This is the best response. I didn't realize that. This is a blunder of me. He did. Oh, I remember that way, because now after b3 I was in deep trouble. How to cover the pawn. Little before I was feeling good. I said my two knights are better against this very tough bishop. Alright, and flexible knight, but very tough bishop. So knight could be much more maneuvered, much better maneuvering on the queen side part. But actually I don't really have time for defending of d6. Move like rook d8. Of course it's simply losing after knight takes d6, and I simply lose the central pawn. Move like f6. I think he has a simple counterattack on the 7th rank. So that's why I don't really have defense of such important pawn on d6. Move like knight e8, either knight b5 also doesn't help. He simple take here. He simple win a pawn. Here I have to choose f5. Touch f pawn, but not here. It's already endgame, so f5 could help for my king to go straight. It's already endgame, so we can enjoy by activity of the king. This is the only one counterattack what makes sense. Because if white decides to capture my knight, I'm gonna capture back here after bishop takes. Look at this very suitable, very comfortable outpost for my knight. So probably immediately here we go. And this will be only target. He has many pawns as his colors. His bishop's color, and I guess I can use this like benefit. Even it's a low to exchange rooks. There we go. So let's say I feel comfortable here. I feel comfortable by my knight, even with the pawn down. Pawn down, but this pawn majority is just one side of the board, so I can simply fix that. How to fix that? Just by b6. Just move all my pawns to the opposite color of his bishop. Just activity of the king if it's how much is possible, and I will not having problems. I couldn't find out f5, so I just come back here with eventual threat to take back d5. I was calculating this line, by the way. So if he captured b7, I wanted to take on c3. Rook c2 fork does really work because I connect my knights. If he tried to get rid with a forcing way and still winning b7, I was calculating knight f4 and take the bishop, and then I'm gonna have time to save a b7. Seems like I miscalculate rook e7, and if I come here, then he's still taking. Okay. So this is much more winning when you have more pawn majority, like queenside part, like two eventual pass pawns there. One connected on c pawn. So this is a connected pass pawn. Pretty much powerful. Pretty much powerful. Much more winning than c4 because now I have time for defending. And he figured out very hard how to destroy me here. Going here to push b5, trying for some counterattack. a6. Yeah, and now there is a situation where he could try to give me a check. I remember that. And now this knight is not under threat, but he's under pressure of d6 though. He could try to eliminate now this knight and simply win d6. Yeah. Situation is very tough now for me. Two connected pass pawns. Connected pass pawns. The game is over. He didn't see that. He just simply played bishop h3. You're gonna see how lucky I was this game. Here he blundered, but in the next round I also blunder. Next 2 rounds. Here would be 7. He still seems like totally winning. You're gonna see how much winning he was. So his technique was quite good, almost to the end, having minute extra. At the moment when he also moved to the tight knot, as I am all my game, he also was supposed to blunder. Right, and here he has to not go for that blundering of a pawn, because this is also blundering by check. Maybe he didn't see that. He has to capture as much as possible. much more time trouble. Feel like for 3 rounds I had a much more time trouble. Yeah, I think around 4 and around 5 I already didn't have this. But first round especially, deep time trouble. Round 2 also, your time trouble. As you see, don't you see the time? Yeah, the time is here. I have 27 seconds. He has a minute and 50 seconds. You can follow the time all the time here. So even if he loses c4, I think this two connected pass pawn is gonna finish me. He's able to bring the king. This knight is totally out. It's totally fixed with the bishop. Bishop limit the knight also. Eat a pawn. Simple push. Easy strategy. Again, he could play simple chess. It's again some kind of bluffing rook b4, like the game before I was bluffing, like pushing the pawn. Here, I wasn't sure here what could be drawish. He's still winning, because I have to find out some computer moves to find out the draw, like check, king, king e4 and now d5. Wow, I didn't see that move. It's overloading the pawn and losing the bishop. Now could be draw, Knight is able to stop the pawns because king is closer to this one too. The king here, I have to stay as fast as possible behind that pawn. So push here again, overload, and the idea here of this overloading is for him just like that. And if knight is under attack, like rook c6, then I have a check and take. Much as more I simplify, there is a bigger chance to make a draw. That's my dream here, actually. I can take this as some counterattack by g-pawn. So can you imagine, chat? Can you imagine that in a position like that, like white is just 3 steps to promote, push, 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 in a position like that, I promote my g-pawn in the end. I promote, that's kind of miracle, you know. You have to keep to the end your fighting spirit. Doesn't matter how lost you are. I promoted my g-pawn before a pawn. I can never dream about that. So look at how this is all happening. Everything is winning for white. We're gonna check out several possibilities how. I'm not sure how useful is that check, but yeah, check is helping him pick my king out. I was dreaming for some checkmate like f5, he can fall asleep maybe, and then I'm gonna checkmate him in the center of the board by knight e6. But this never can happen because he has a simple ampersand. Here we go. Ah, maybe this was the best to guarantee pass pawn. And now this way. This and trying to push here c pawn. Maybe it's not anymore so simple. Before it was much simpler. Okay, I keep distance with the rook because I had about, let's remind you that I had about 20 seconds. Here also 15 seconds. We play with increment. Go behind and now I'm totally lost. Wow, look at that, boom! He could simple kill my knight. And with exchange down, he's completely winning because two pass pawns supported with the king and bishop, I have no chance. King c5, king b6, push, barrier, promote. Bam. It's over. Easy. Easy when you have more than 10 seconds. He didn't sacrifice, play king d5, I took here. He's still able to push c pawn too. I was attacking him just to bother him, and finally, push, g5. But of course, I'm pretty slow with my g-pawn. King d6, followed by barrier, golden guarantee, promoting of this pawn. g3, bishop c6, only one move, and he found it out. Rook b1 check, here, knight e8. As I mentioned also during the game, this was the only one hope. It was the only one hope of me to make a draw or whatever. I even didn't dream about winning. But question is that a real bluff? No, it's not. If you're accepting the knight, no, it's not bluffing. He has to do anything else. I didn't mention this after we finished the game, but I mentioned this move after. To play simple chess, attack the knight, and then simple promote. I'm not supposed to stop the pawn, just simple queen. It's over. Or just simple, I don't know. If you take the knight, I wish to have that way. And I still have c pass pawn and clear extra rook on the board. Extra rook on the board. So he took my poison knight. The most winning move, let's mention that now. The most engine move is sacrifice the rook. Total real sacrifice. Take the knight by check. Even if I don't recapture back. After promoting of the queen, the general point is you block out g-pawn, and this has to be easy for white side. Very forcing way. Sacrifice the rook on f7. Take the knight on e8. And just promote a queen. Easy job. The other simple question could be, is it promoting of the queen winning? Of course should be winning, because you have also queen extra on the board, few checks incoming. So a move like queen a3 gonna be nice, because if I push after simple check from this way, you just win the pawn, and any of those checks are not really working. No time to go for this kind of checks. Take 96 check, doesn't really matter. Another check, doesn't really matter. Queen is a queen. The game is over. So after my bluff, he was accepting the knight. I pushed to the end, gave me a check. Now king g8 is making a draw. After he promote, but it's hard. I have 10 seconds here. I promote 2 by check. This was my hope to survive. So any promoting by check could be nice. Queen b6 and eventual draw. That's quite exciting. Just cover with the bishop, then I take the rook, and now take drawish in some way. I don't know. Maybe perpetual check of him now. Quite interesting queen endgame, by the way. But again, I told you the situation when he has just 3 steps to the end to promote a pawn, and I had 10 more steps to promote g-pawn. So I told you this is a totally miracle whatever happened to me. Now he gave me the best move check, and he could simply stop the pawn like rook g6. I thought now again the game is over. To promote before me. Rook a1. Alright, after simple take, play simple chess. In general, if we cancel c-pawn, if we delete c-pawn, it will be theoretical draw. Rook and bishop against rook. But c-pawn is still on the board. It's totally winning. Totally winning. So he didn't go for rook g6. I have no idea why. Maybe he wanted promote, or it's a mouse slip. You can never be sure what kind of move is bishop c6. So it's just a time trouble panic maybe, because here everything, not everything, only rook g6. Only rook g6 right now. Just take the pawn. Whatever I'm doing, promoting or not, you just take the queen or pawn, and there we go. Queen. It's over. I go to round 3